Okay, this is the last ride in the 2024 Toyota Tacoma TRD Sport. Hopefully. I'm actually filming this a little before the truck is supposed to be ready, the new truck. So hopefully all goes well. You will hear about it for sure if it doesn't, but we need to take this truck out for one more ride just so I can get a good feel, I guess, of this truck for when I compare it to the new one. Now, there's a couple things I'm concerned about with the new truck. It is going to be a TRD Off-Road. There's that seat thing I always have to do. But it is going to be a TRD Off-Road. It is a 2024, not the 2025, which is okay because I really don't think there's going to be that much change between the 2024 and the 2025 Tacomas, only because, you know, the 24s really didn't come out, at least in mass, until about March, May, something like that of this year. So, you know, they really haven't been fully available for a full year anyway. I'm a little surprised, honestly, that Toyota is actually releasing the truck now or soon. The 2025s. I guess there are some out, but I'm a little surprised that they're releasing them now as opposed to waiting a little while because of how long it took them to get the 24s out. But nonetheless, I don't expect any big differences. However, going from the sport trim to the TRD Off-Road trim, that's going to be interesting to me for a few reasons. One, I mean the obvious, we're not going to have the hood scoop. So I'm going to slightly increase my visibility over the hood because it's going to be flat. Not sure if I'm going to like that or not. I kind of dig the scoop, but the thing I don't like much about it is the way it vibrates, the way the hood moves. I'm going to be very interested to see if without that scoop on the hood, if the hood is a little bit more firm, and maybe if Toyota has kind of shorted up a little bit, maybe made the hood a little bit stiffer. I don't know. Going to be interesting for me to see if that's the case. The suspension, the ride quality. You know, in the past, when I've gone from sports to off-roads, strangely, I always found the sports to be a little bit stiffer than the off-roads. Now, maybe that's because it's a sport, right? When you get anything sport, it's supposed to have a little bit firmer ride, I guess, because it's a sport. I'm looking forward to that, and it's not because there's anything wrong with the ride quality of the sport. I mean, I like it. I think it's pretty darn smooth, and that's even coming from driving other vehicles like the Tesla that I have that is really smooth. So I am expecting the off-road to have an even better ride than what we have in this TRD Off-Road. Time will tell. We shall see. The other thing is the power, the acceleration. A couple of things there. One, is it going to be as quick as what this truck is? It's pretty darn quick, even in just really eco mode. When you go to standard or normal mode, it's fine, no issues, gets a little bit quicker. And when you go to sport mode, it's even a little bit better. Now, there aren't huge differences between them, honestly, but nonetheless, I'm curious to see if I experience the same thing in the TRD Off-Road or not. And because of the extra weight of that truck, is it going to feel a little bit slower and maybe not have quite as much acceleration as what the TRD Sport has? Hopefully not. That will be a downer for me if that's the case, because I do like acceleration. I do like to go when I hit the gas pedal, right? Or the accelerator these days. It's all electronically controlled. Next up is the absence of auto stop. I have been told that in the 4x4 TRD Off-Road, there is, amongst others, but there is no auto stop feature in that truck. It's one of the things that really the only things that I dislike about the new Tacoma, my particular trim, the Sport, is the auto stop. So I'm hoping that's gone. And I know it's a pretty minor thing. Obviously, all you have to do is push the button, which I've already forgotten to do. Let me go ahead and do that. Oh, I just got hit with an anti feature in looking down, which you shouldn't do, as to hit that button, I kind of went towards the line a little bit, and the truck steered me back over. I think that's the first time that's happened to me in this truck. Pretty wild feeling. Got to experience it with you guys live recorded, I guess. But anyway, I won't miss that feature. If you happen to have it and you hate it as much as I do, I have been told that there is a mod out there that you can hook up. It's just a wire basically to bypass that feature, and I'm assuming it works like it does with the Jeep. You put that wire in, it's a bypass, and then whatever the last setting that you chose for auto stop is, it will remember. So if you turn it off, it will always be off until you turn it on again. Definitely something I will pursue if by chance I'm wrong and this new TRD Off-Road has the auto stop on it. By the way, it's one big benefit, I think, in buying a manual transmission. You don't have auto stop. I don't know if the manual's any good in the new Tacoma. A lot of people are saying it is, but I question as to whether they updated the manual, changed it at all, or if it's exactly the same. Another thing that I'm going to have in this new truck is the giant infotainment screen. I'm a tech junkie as well as an acceleration junkie, right? I love tech in vehicles, and I can't wait to have that in this truck. And you might be wondering, why didn't you get it when you bought this truck? Well, when I bought this truck, there was a very limited supply, and I wanted to put my hands on one relatively quickly, so I was kind of at the mercy of what was available. And at the time, that's all I could get was the smaller screen. To me, after seeing the new screen, I almost feel like my truck is dated, right? Like it should have that bigger screen in it. Well, I'm gonna have it. I can't wait to experience it. I think it should be pretty cool. Lastly is the four-wheel drive. I am going with a four-wheel drive because I've decided that for the channel and for the experience of it, I guess, I really need to have a four-wheel drive. I'm gonna be interested to see how that works, and it's not like I'm planning on taking it out and running it through, you know, the mud and terrain. I would do that if I had the opportunity. But nonetheless, I can still experiment with it, see how it works, and maybe I'll take it out to the beach. We do have a beach here, South Padre Island, deep South Texas, where you can drive in the sand on the beach. I know it's not hardcore off-road in the mud and the dirt and the ruts, but nonetheless, it's still on sand. So it would be interesting for me to experience that as well, and I think that's a trip I'm going to have to take. When I say trip, we're only talking about 40 minutes, something like that. Well within my range to do a little bit of off-roading. By the way, just an FYI, the next closest off-road park that I'm aware of is about a 4 to 5, maybe even 6 hour trip away. I think it's 4 hours. Not something that I'm willing to do just to get a little dirty and then have to drive all the way back. And God forbid you break something when you're off-road, now you're stuck 4 hours away from home, right? I don't know. Anyway, just wanted to kind of bring you guys along with me, just to kind of have the last drive in this truck. The next time you see a video on this channel, hopefully, fingers crossed, everything works out right, it will be in the 2024 TRD Off-Road. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.